Classic WoW is being held hostage. Surely it's not by Blizzard, right? So I only watched the first minute of this video. I really wanted to check it out. It seemed interesting. It was recommended to me, so I thought, hey, why the hell not? We lost Turtle WoW, so now we get to hear why Blizzard is making our lives worse by not releasing a good classic experience.
Need to talk about something that goes deeper than server populations and court rulings. Over the past 2 weeks, I've read hundreds of comments across my videos. Some angry, some excited, some heartbroken. And underneath all of it, there's a feeling that I think a lot of us share but haven't really put into words yet. Something we love is being taken away from us, and the people taking it aren't the ones who built it.
Have you ever thought about...
The people who built it were actual gamers, and now all we have is wine moms and labubu millennials hijacking the company. How fun is that? Guys, have you done the Darkspear event thing? The Darkspear Troll Dash? Which, of course, is super crucial to the lore. And so Blizzard had to make it official. It wasn't enough as like a side project by the community. No, Blizzard had to put the spotlight on this rather than what matters the most. Alright? True. Absolutely. They need to add more crying male characters. Oh my god, Barbuck, you are a genius. Yes! Yeah, and when crying 24/7 isn't enough. We need more. We need Torellian Sun to go on a complete tantrum and just kill everyone. Oh wait, he already done that. That's crazy.
Adding servers for previous expansions as they were then.
No, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
You know what's the beautiful part about you think you do, but you don't? Is that the same guy had to announce Vanilla World of Warcraft coming back. It was beautiful, and he was so smug about it too. I still remember the announcement. Do you know what's the favorite flavor of ice cream? Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this is so embarrassing. They really think that we forget every single thing that they do. And that's why I always speak so vehemently against Blizzard. Because you need to understand that we need to make sure these people are held accountable. We need to make absolutely sure that they do not forget what they have done to us, the consumers. Like, the phones, right? I mean, don't you guys have phones? Bro, stop. Just cease, okay? Enough. We need to make sure they remember it for the rest of their days, especially with the cube crawling and fridge raiding, okay? I think that part is the most important. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying the Wine Mom comment about Guild Wars 2. I know, retail WoW is going the Guild Wars 2 direction, and it's so disheartening, man, because it didn't used to be like it. I don't know how, but the algorithm brought me here, but your channel is dope. Hope the viewers grows even more for you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Imagine they announce Classic Plus, it's a mobile title only. Oh my. You know, unironically, I would love them to do it. Because I can make so much content off of it. It's going to be banging.
You do, but you don't. Changed into, you think you don't, but you do.
After playing every expansion,
it's
considerable
Zyru.
amounts, I think in terms of the MMO feel, I think Classic Era has done it best.
Yeah.
I think Classic Era is overall the best, maybe ever, a video game has done at cultivating the MMO feeling, the community aspect, just the, you know what I mean? It's timeless, man. It's crazy.
What are my thoughts on Classic?
He's absolutely right. I'm not a huge fan of Zyru. Like, I gotta admit, I think he's taking a lot of money from his viewers, which is insane, right? He's asking for gold all the time. But I will say, when he's right, he's right. Absolutely. No other MMO did it like Classic. Maybe RuneScape. I haven't played that, so I don't want to, judge and throw a blank statement here. But no other MMO, for me personally, had that feeling that Classic had over me. It's insane. It just grips me. It doesn't matter that you don't have many mechanics or the new Blizzard engine, which actually is really fun. I love the combat in retail WoW. I do. It's fun. It's good. I'm playing Protection Warrior right now, and I'm doing a Mountain Thane build, however it's called. It's really fun. Thunder clapping all over the place and seeing the lightning strike. It's fun. It's good. But at the end of the day, it would never be as fun and relaxing as you having to calculate 7 different routes just to pull 1 bear, and you accidentally pull 2, and then you die. Or, other scenario, you Shadow Ward Pain the bear, someone steals your tag, and let you hold aggro, and then you die, and then he takes the tag. It's peak classic experience.
So far. It's comfortable. It's cozy. I think people very much overlook how much of a cozy MMO it is.
Yes?
Oh, brother, this is one of the greatest games of all time. So I don't know what you're talking about. All right, buddy? Like, what do you mean the gaming slump? This game has transcended time, brother. Like, what do you mean? The slump. This is the game. When this game was like peak WoW, people were missing like very important life-changing events for World of Warcraft. Like, wasn't there a guy that missed the birth of his child to be in a raid?
Base! Yo, imagine your wife having a literal baby and you're sitting there like, honey, I have to raid. I gotta do what I gotta do. People are counting on me to heal. That's crazy. That's actually crazy work, I gotta admit. But yeah, you had even famous people. I think it was Henry Cavill, which was so obsessed with World of Warcraft, he actually missed an interview for a movie. It was insane. But it's understandable. Classic World of Warcraft used to be so goddamn good. It was just that captivating. And I mean, the thing is, you don't need to do much to make it work. It was just the magic of the world that encaptured you. I mean, it was so beautiful. It was so great to just slow everything down, take a breath, and actually enjoy the wilderness, enjoy the world. And I mean, Chris Metzen said it the best. The main character was never you. It was the world. And nowadays, it's completely shifted. It's the other way around. You are the main character. No, you are the champion of Azeroth, right? We already heard Magni say it a million times before. And now everything is on you. The spotlight is on you. You're constantly in the limelight, standing next to important heroes that lost all meaning, like Thrall, Jaina, Anduin, etc. And nobody cares anymore because it lost all meaning. It has no impact, no gravity. There's nothing to pull you inside of the game except for basic gacha mechanics. Like dailies, weeklies, whatever, all of that, right? Mythic Plus. Nobody cares anymore, Chief. Like, literally nobody cares about that. I mean, cringe of the child not being bored to experience it yet. I mean, yeah, Vin Diesel and Mila Kunis. Exactly. Mila Kunis was, by the way, huge childhood crush of mine, okay? Just between us. Mila Kunis actually played Night Elf Hunter. I remember that. She was so infatuated with WoW. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane to see it just being held hostage like that. Yeah, I mean, the couple important characters that survived modern Blizzard, mass killing of OGs, of course. I mean, Sylvanas used to be such a fantastic character, and they completely decimated her. I mean, she was burning the tree that was so important to the lore, and okay, you know what? Sure, you had your big moment. What does she do immediately after? Looking for redemption through actually refusing to do the jailer's bidding. After all of this time, now you remember. Yes, okay. And then she went on an unhinged Yas Slay Queen arc. Only because she's a Mary Sue character. Mary Sue, by the way, for those who are like unfamiliar real quick, is basically self-insertion of your ideas into a game. It's basically you supposed to feel as the character, so the character would never die and has infinite plot armor because you're supposed to relate to it. It's like isekai version of, I don't know, Western media. It's cringe, okay? It's really, really bad.
World of Warcraft launched in 2004, and the people who made it weren't building a product. They were building a world.
Yo, that's crazy! Joseph, you're here! I literally talked about the composer of Turtle WoW, and he's here in the comments. That's insane. Brother, I'm gonna miss your music so much. It was so good. Thank you for being here. It's been such a long time since I actually spoke with you. I'm glad to have you here. Just listen to retail music. Zulaman is amazing, but mostly it's Disney sound design with a little Warcraft sound. I know, because they've lost their way in terms of OSC, like soundtrack as well. They lost their way in every single possible term whatsoever. Like, they lost the plot completely. The story is garbage. It doesn't make any sense. Music is sometimes good, sometimes nah, so it's kind of iffy. Characters are garbage, and you have, like, so much more, right? Gameplay is, I guess, at some point, it's really, really good, but at some points, it's just boring. You don't get the vibes. Immersion is zero. Like, immersion is at zero, and I think once immersion hits the floor, everything starts to suffer. I think the entire game dies. So at the end of the day, like Blizzard fumbles on every front, and everything that they're good at, which is making like fun raid encounters and stuff, is not enough to hold water. It's just not enough. Because eventually you do the raid, yes, you've done it, you conquer it, but what is there to pull you through? You make an ult? What an ult account is going to do for you, like ult character, sorry. It's not going to do anything. Whenever I made an ult, I did this to experience zones I haven't experienced before. But there's nothing new to experience, and it's not fun to experience it all over again. Like, do you really think I want to go through Dragonflight again? Hell nah! I'm not helping another goddamn dragon defend himself from some whelps, okay? I just had enough. I literally had enough.
World. They played it themselves day and night. They argued about quest design over pizza at 3 in the morning. They hand-placed every tree in Ashenvale, every torch in Stormwind, every grave in Duskwood. They made something that wasn't focus-tested or data-driven or optimized for quarterly earnings. They made something they loved, and it was imperfectly perfect in almost every way. The spells were unbalanced. The grind was brutal. You could walk for 20 minutes and find nothing but empty hills and a single quest giver with a story nobody asked for, but everyone remembers. There was no dungeon finder,
Absolutely.
no transmog, no minimap arrow telling you exactly where to go. You had to read. You had to ask. You had to talk to the person standing next to you because you literally could not do it alone. And that friction, that inconvenience, that beautiful stubborn refusal to make things easy, that's what built the communities we're still chasing 20 years later.
Absolutely. 100% pure facts. I will say that Classic wasn't perfect. Vanilla World of Warcraft wasn't perfect, okay? It needed a lot of changes. Most of them came in TBC and Wrath, admittedly. But at the same time, Classic wasn't perfect. Now, did we love it for its imperfections? Sometimes we do, sometimes we didn't. But at the same time, I really want Blizzard to completely rehaul Classic World of Warcraft when they do Classic Plus. I really want them to take Turtle WoW talent tree systems that they completely overworked, like they completely reworked all the classes in case you haven't played Turtle WoW and you don't know. And they implement this inside of the game. I really want to see those changes happening. I really want to see Survival Hunter being melee, like it was supposed to happen back in the day, and they didn't made it for some reason. I really want to see all of those changes. I want to see Shaman being able to tank, Enhancement Shaman. I really want to see, like, you know, Paladin being viable, right, as a tank, and not a meme. Retribution Pally actually doing some damage. I want to see all of that, and I really hope they would do that.
You didn't just play WoW, you lived in it. You had a server identity, a guild reputation, a rival on the other faction whose name you knew by heart. The world was slow and awkward and magical in a way that no modern game has been able to replicate, not because the technology isn't there, but because the philosophy is gone. The people who built that world left, one by one over the years. The original developers moved on, and the company they left behind became something else. Activision happened, Microsoft happened, shareholders happened, and the game changed, not all at once. Slowly, patch by patch, expansion by expansion, until the thing we loved was still called World of Warcraft, but didn't feel like it anymore. And so people did what people always do when they lose something they love. They tried to rebuild it. Nostalrius, Elysium, Light's Hope, Chronos, Turtle WoW, Project Epoch, Stormforge. Hundreds of servers built by volunteers,
all of these servers,
maintained by passion, played by people who just wanted to go home. These weren't pirates, these weren't thieves, these were fans, people who loved a version of a game that the company who owns it refused to offer. They didn't do it for money. Most of them lost money. They did it because that world mattered to them, and they weren't ready to let it die. And now in 2026, Blizzard is shutting them down. All of them. Turtle WoW, a project that ran for 8 years, that built an entire fan expansion, that had 44,000 players, hit with a permanent injunction. The team that poured years of their lives into it, ordered to stop. Forever, no successors, no reboots, nothing. Everlook gone. Project Epoch's original developers forced to walk away from the thing they spent years building.
I'm gonna miss Turtle WoW so much, man. You know what I'm gonna miss the most probably? It's going to be Turtle WoW Radio. I love Turtle WoW Radio so much. I remember, damn. Oh man, it truly makes me so sad, guys, okay? Like, I remember leveling through Darkwood because I played the new race, the elves, like the Alliance elves, the High Elves, and all throughout leveling, I just listened to their radio, and if you haven't heard it, it's the best thing in the entire world. They had customized vocals for the radio. They had all of this custom music. They had special announcers that did like fake commercials and all of that stuff, and talk shows and podcasts. All of this within TurtleWow, within game. If Blizzard don't manage to pull something like this with all the money they have, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip. Okay, literally. They gotta do it. It's insane. It's absolutely wild. Wait, let me catch up on the comments. I missed a few. You don't want cozy Hollywood music? Of course. Of course. What do you mean? I mean, yeah. I mean, this is a company that shut down a fan voice acting project to voice all existing quests in the game because they have a project that they have to protect their copyright. Listen, I do agree to some. I would never advocate for piracy and TurtleWow. Like, we all knew this was going to happen. There's a reason for why I stopped playing TurtleWow. But at the end of the day, Blizzard has responsibility to give us a superior product. I don't care. TurtleWow was free, okay? So I had no expectations, and my mind was still blown. If Blizzard is going to cancel them, they owe us a superior product because they have the money, they have the talent. Well, maybe not the talent, but they got the money, right? So they have to give us an alternative to TurtleWow that is superior. I don't care. I literally don't. It's insane. Let's see. I mean, yeah, it's just the music. It was so good. It used to be so good.
And just yesterday, Stormforge, another cease and desist, closing by May 14th, 4 major projects in under a year.
Damn, Blizzard is on a witch hunt.
They're going down the list. And then today, TurtleWow finally broke their silence. After weeks of the community begging for answers, for clarity, for anything, they posted a message. And it wasn't angry, it wasn't defiant, it was a goodbye. They say it's the journey, not the destination. How long must a journey last to be remembered fondly and warmly? We don't know. We only know that ours is coming to an end.
You know what? At least we can take solace in the fact that Blizzard can take our memory. Well, that at least until we are being farmed for our batteries as, you know, AI takes over. But it is what it is, right? At least for now, we get to keep our fond memories.
May 14th, servers go dark at midnight. After 8 years, it's over. They're pushing all realms to the final progression patch immediately so players can experience the last raids before the lights go off. Donations are permanently disabled. The website, the forums, the social media, all of it closes in October. And the way they chose to say it, no bitterness, no blame, no fight left in the words, just gratitude. Working on TurtleWow has been the highlight of our lives. That's what they said, the highlight of their lives.
And actually, the fact that they did not have any bitterness towards Blizzard actually makes me hopeful that Blizzard absorbed their assets and they're gonna make Classic Plus. That's the only hope that I have, because I know that TurtleWow, whenever it was first announced, like Blizzard first, you know, gave them the court summary, the court hearing and all of that stuff, I remember TurtleWow saying that they were here to stay and they're gonna resist as much as possible, but immediately that tone shifted after they got in contact with Blizzard officials. So I have a hope that Blizzard may absorb TurtleWow into their team, or at the very least take the assets.
A project they built for free for 8 years that a billion-dollar corporation just told them to stop making. That's not how a pirate talks. That's not how a thief talks. That's how someone talks when they loved something and had to let it go. And here's what scares people. I've read it in comment after comment and I feel it too. It's not just that the servers are going down. It's that the version of WoW we love is being held hostage by a corporation that didn't build it. A company that bought its way into ownership is telling us we can't play the game we grew up with, not their version of it, not the modern version, the old one, the one their own employees don't even understand anymore. And what kills me is that it doesn't have to be this way. Other companies looked at their communities doing the exact same thing and made a completely different choice. Dota started as a mod for Warcraft 3, a Blizzard game. Fans built it, and Blizzard let it slip through their fingers because they didn't see the value. Valve did. Now it's a billion-dollar franchise, Counter-Strike, same story. A Half-Life mod that Valve embraced, hired the creators, and turned into one of the biggest shooters ever made. Bethesda has built their entire identity around modding. Skyrim has survived for over a decade because the community keeps rebuilding it, and Bethesda not only allows it, they give people the tools to do it. Even
Yeah, Amazing, right? It's like almost if you give the people who actually plays the game and are passionate about it the tools to create something within the game, they make something good. It's crazy, right? It's not like we knew this 30 years ago with Duke Nukem or whenever it came out. I think it was 20 plus years ago. It's not like we didn't really know that, right? With Half-Life and being made into Counter-Strike and Warcraft being made into Dota 2. No, we didn't know that. It's something completely new. I guess Blizzard has overlooked the trend.
Microsoft, the same Microsoft that now owns Blizzard, lets Minecraft's modding community thrive. They got it. Letting your community build on top of your game doesn't kill the game, it keeps it alive. And then there's the most painful example of all. Old school RuneScape exists because Jagex listened to their community. Players said, we want the old version back, and instead of suing them, Jagex built it, officially. With community polls deciding every major update. That game is thriving in 2026 because the company chose to work with its players instead of against them. Blizzard could have done any of this. They could have licensed fan servers. They could have hired the Turtle WoW team, people who clearly understand Classic better than most of the current Blizzard staff. They could have created an official framework for community-driven content. Instead, they chose lawsuits. The leaks about Blizzard's Classic Plus talk about battle passes.
Yeah, of course they chose lawsuits, because whenever evil cannot create anything good, he's just going to take good down. That's all they do. They corrupt. They don't care. You know, Gabe Newell said it the best. If you want to defeat piracy, the way you do it is just giving the people a better product than what the pirates offer. It was always the case. But again, Blizzard do not want to make a single step towards glory. All they want is to continue with the same path that has been detrimental to WoW for years at this point. And why do they do it? Because they keep putting the wrong people in charge. We have a wine mom that is completely in charge of World of Warcraft. She's acting as the VP. And you know what? I have no problem with her being there, but she completely misunderstands what Warcraft is about. She's too afraid to even call it Warcraft because it sounds intimidating, apparently. Like, yeah, of course it's intimidating. It's World of Warcraft. It's built on Warcraft. Have you played Warcraft? It's literally barbaric, sweaty men clashing with each other. Pause. No, wait, you know what? Unpause. That's what it was all about. It was so good. It was about loss. It was about wars, victory, losses. So many things. There were so many good elements to it. And, you know, if you want to do the diversity argument, it had diversity. Maybe you didn't have the fat people there, but you had diversity, right? I mean, no, wait, you had chunky people there. And they were cool. Like, you had some. You literally had Chen in Warcraft 3. He was dope. Everyone loved him. Like, I mean, it's so stupid just to claim there wasn't any diversity back in the day. Like, yeah, there was diversity, just not the type that you wanted.
Seasonal content, more ways to pay on top of a subscription you're already paying. The same thinking that turned retail WoW into something half the community walked away from, now pointed at the one version of the game people were trying to protect. And here's the thing people keep saying in the comments, and they're right. Look at every version of WoW that Blizzard runs right now, every single one, riddled with bots, overrun with real money trading, character boosts available in the shop, WoW tokens letting people buy gold with their credit card.
I still can't wrap my mind around about how people can justify a level boost inside of an MMORPG. I literally can't. It defeats the purpose. It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard about in my entire life. I still don't understand how people get behind it.
All of it on top of a...
And also, yeah, of course Blizzard won't defeat the RMT. They just joined it with a WoW token. They looked at all the money the RMT people were doing and they were like, damn, that's good. I want in.
Monthly subscription.
Count me in, buddy.
That's not ancient history. That's right now. That's the game they're telling us to come play instead. The private servers they're shutting down. Most of them actively banned bots. Most of them had GMs who responded within minutes. Most of them had zero tolerance for RMT. Those communities kept their game clean because they actually gave a damn. And now those servers are being replaced by a company that will let anything slide as long as the sub money keeps coming in. So when people say, I'll just wait for Blizzard's Classic Plus, a lot of us hear that and think, yeah, and it'll come with everything that killed our love for the game in the first place. A $15 a month subscription to play alongside bots and boosters in a world where gold means nothing because anyone can buy it. That's not Classic Plus, that's retail with a vanilla skin. I've read comments.
They did do a great job getting rid of the bots in Classic whenever there was that Black Lotus inflation. Bots just spawn capped Black Lotuses and immediately picked them. They did a great job fixing that, but I think other than that, yeah, they didn't really touch the gold sellers, not even remotely close to the level that Turtle WoW did it at least.
From people saying they'll never give Blizzard another dollar. That if Turtle goes down...
Yeah, as a WoW newbie, playing Turtle WoW with other newbies was very fun. Vets, go away, you ruin everything. I agree. I actually agree. And I think it's been exasperated by retail mentality. Because veterans used to help the newbies. Nowadays, veteran just PvP farms the newbies, okay? If you're new and you're coming into WoW and you did the god-awful mistake of registering on a PvP server, dog, I'm sorry. You're gonna be used as clip farm for streamers, okay? You're just gonna be clip farmed. It is what it is, right? But that's why you have the RP servers, which I usually play on, the RP PvE servers. And on those servers, people still have, you know, they got their thing going, okay? I'm not saying the RP servers are perfect, but at the very least, they help newbies. Okay, and they're willing to extend their hand and offer friendship, and most of the time they're pretty chill dudes. So if you want to play, just play on the right server.
They're done with WoW forever, not because they don't love the game, because they love it too much to watch it become something it was never meant to be. And the worst part, some of them mean it. Some of the most passionate, dedicated WoW players I've ever seen in 20 years of this game are ready to walk away, not from Azeroth, from the company that owns Azeroth. But here's what Blizzard can't shut down, and I need you to hear this. They can shut down servers, they can file injunctions, they can send cease and desist letters to every developer on the planet, but they cannot kill what this community built. The friendships you made in Baron's chat at 2 in the morning, those are real. The guild that carried you through your first Molten Core clear, those people exist. The stranger who traded you a set of bags in the starting zone on a private server because they remembered what it felt like to be new, that moment happened. This past week, I watched 200 players on a server that everyone had written off organize a re-release. Not the developers, the players, they rolled new characters, they handed out gear, they stood in starting zones and welcomed strangers. They did it because they believed in something and they wanted other people to believe in it too. That's not a product, that's not a service, that's a community, and no court ruling in the world can take that away.
Absolutely. You can kill the server, you can never kill the idea. You can never kill the hope of one day we're all going to be playing the MMO we knew and loved together once again. And it doesn't necessarily have to be World of Warcraft, actually. It can be another MMO that would come and, you know, actually take WoW crown. You know, the WoW killer, essentially. But I wouldn't really count on it. So most likely it's going to be WoW Classic. But at the same time, maybe we can look up to Riot's MMO. I heard it was doing extremely well.
I think what this community wants is actually very simple. And I think Blizzard knows it. We want the game we grew up with, maintained, respected, with new content that understands why we loved it in the first place, not reinvented, not monetized into something unrecognizable. Just continued the way the original developers would have done it if they'd stayed. That's it, that's the whole ask. And the fact that thousands of people tried to build it themselves for free for years should tell Blizzard everything they need to know. The demand is screaming at them. The question is whether they're listening, or whether they're just clearing the competition before selling us something we didn't ask for. I want to say something directly to the people who built these servers. Turtle WoW, Epoch, Stormforge, Nostalrius, all of you. You gave people a home in a time when the company that owns this game had forgotten what made it special. You remembered. You spent your nights and weekends building something you believed in. You dealt with server crashes, legal threats, community drama, and burnout, and you did it because you loved this world as much as we do. Some of you had to walk away. Some of you are being forced to walk away right now. And I know that hurts in a way that's hard to explain to anyone who hasn't poured years of their life into something only to have it taken. But I want you to know what you built mattered. The experiences you gave people were real. The communities you created are still here. And the standard you set for what Classic Plus can be is now the bar that Blizzard has to clear. You didn't fail, you proved the concept. And if Blizzard ever does build Classic Plus, it will exist because you showed them it was worth building. I don't know what happens next. Maybe Blizzard announces Classic Plus at BlizzCon in September and it's everything we've been hoping for. Maybe it's a Battle Pass nightmare and we all pretend to be
Battle Pass
surprised.
inside
Maybe
of
Apple
Classic.
keeps growing. Maybe something new emerges that none of us saw coming. What I do know is this: the version of World of Warcraft that we fell in love with was built by people who cared more about the world than the bottom line. And the community that formed around it carries that same spirit through every shutdown, through every cease and desist, through every it's over moment that turned out to be a we go again moment. They can take down the servers, they can't take down what we built on them. If you're out there right now looking for a place to play, feeling like the ground keeps shifting under your feet, I get it, we all do. But the community isn't going anywhere. We've survived worse than this, and we'll find each other again. We always do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring about this game as much as I do. And thank you to every single person who made these places feel like home. I'll see you in Azeroth, wherever that ends up being.
Oh, it was such a good video. It was such a good video. I'm gonna leave you guys a link, obviously in the description too. You should 100% watch this video and give this man a like. It was truly a fantastic video. Made me just reminisce, right, on all the good memories inside of the game. But towards the end there, he did say he doesn't know what the future of Classic Plus is. I really believe Blizzard is going to make Classic Plus. The only problem I have with this hope is that it's not going to be as good as the, you know, other like fans have done. And the reason I think Blizzard is going to cash in on Classic Plus is because they know right now the community is in disarray and everything is up for grabs. You have literally hundreds of thousands of people waiting for a good Classic Plus experience, and TurtleWow proved it. APOC proved it. So now it's a matter of if Blizzard is willing to pick up the glove, and I think they do. Not because they listen to us, but because Blizzards follow the money. They always do. Blizzard just follows the money. It's that simple. And now they know, after TurtleWow published their entire, not earning, but, you know, how many people were playing the game and how many people were currently active, that showed Blizzard that it was like whenever Blizzard saw that post from TurtleWow about I think it was 200,000 concurrent players, someone at Blizzard had like dollar signs in his eyes and it was like, and they were like, they immediately calculated the amount of subscriptions they can sell people the moment they did Classic Plus. So that is the sole reason for why I believe Blizzard is going to make Classic Plus, and there are strong rumors about it too. I think we're bound to get a reveal in October. I believe they actually made BlizzCon sooner, right? They actually did a little bit of a rush on that. It used to be November, now I think it's on October, so we have to wait. At the end of the day, we just have to wait and see for ourselves.